Coming up in July is going to be a big month for you. Back in your hometown of Lynchburg, Virginia, the mayor has a proclamation that's going to, I guess, congratulate you on all of your community service work there in Lynchburg, Virginia. You have your camp, Camp 180. You've got the Family Fun Fest afterwards. Tell us a little bit about what the month of July is going to be like for you back in your hometown.
I'm excited, man. I'm humbled, first and foremost, to receive a proclamation by the city of Lynchburg, the Chambers of Commerce coming together and, acknowledging some of the work that I've done in the community. And that's July 10th. Followed by July 11th, which is Camp 180, and also July 12th, which is a family fun day. I think giving back is huge. It's a part of who I am. I believe as growing up and studying, majority of the Renaissance, they always leave something behind. And, I think in playing in the National Football League, if I'm only remembered as a running back, in my book, I'm a failure. So for me to start to see some of the fruits of a legacy creating itself is humbling.
Well, it's not like you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. It's not like you were one of the guys that was, the best running back on the high school team, best running back in college. It always seemed like the mentality behind Rashad Jennings has always been a blue-collar work ethic, which is the genesis of the Camp 180. You turned your life around through your own self-empowerment, and it seems like that's what you're trying to give back to some of these youngsters. You're trying to show them that they can do that as well.
Very true. I mean, when I was, I'm thinking back to it now, I wasn't a kid that rolled out of bed and had all the talent. I never was a kid that rolled out of bed and was the smartest in my class. I was the overweight, chubby kid, glasses and asthma. I had to overcome a lot of adversity. And, it truly was a point in time when I decided to take ownership and responsibility in my life that truly helped me get over those hurdles. And that's why it's called Camp 180, because I took a 180 in my life. And so for me to go back and kind of teach the kids the game of football, give some secrets, but most importantly is to give back that mental edge and encouragement of wherever they are in life. That's kind of where it's all at for me.
Yeah, it's not about blaming others when things go wrong. It's about, I guess, finding that intestinal fortitude inside yourself. You're writing a book about self-empowerment as well. Is that kind of the points that you want to make in that book, what you want to share with all these youngsters?
Yeah, it's going to be titled The If in Life, which is a play on words. You get to know me. I love doing that. But
you love hypotheticals, don't you?
I do. I'm huge on them. They're such great tools of teaching. But the if in life, that when you spell out the word life, the if is smack dead in the middle. So I kind of just elaborate on the ifs that I've come across.
And I found out some of the other things that you're involved in. I mean, you take steps in different directions off the field. You're a guitar player. You like ballroom dancing as well. I mean, how many things did you really? I did see you on the sidelines trying to do the Victor Cruz dance a little bit. I saw that. Do we see?
I'm not as smooth as him, though.
No?
Let's just put that out there.
Well, let's talk about the Giants, and let's talk about the off-season programs. You're a part of this off-season program. It is a voluntary off-season program. Recently, Sheldon Richardson of the Jets was put on blast because he didn't attend some of these voluntary programs.
Right.
How important are they?
I think they're important. I really do. And the reason why is because of the chemistry you build with the team. You're setting the momentum for the season. You're showcasing your commitment to the team. And you're locking down the playbook, and it's fun, man. I talk to my friends a lot about, we all complain, no matter what it is you do in your life. You're going to complain, right? But when you get to love what you complain about, it's the best thing in the world. And as an athlete, I'm always looking for the reason I can be around my teammates and playing this great game that I love.
So what can really be established, though, in May that's going to help you? I mean, we know in July it's when you start to learn the playbook, and, of course, the season begins, a month or so later. But what can really be established at this point?
At this point, chemistry, okay, which I think sometimes get overlooked. And you cannot create chemistry without time. And this is the time to do that and clean up any questions that you possibly had. And for us, I think as an offense, going to year two in the same system makes a big difference. Last year we implemented a system And this year we're implementing and playing our offense. It's completely different this year.
And we can't wait to see what it's going to be like with Cruz and Beckham on the field at the same time, because Beckham really didn't become himself until after Cruz got injured. But with those two guys on the outside, how does that help the running game? How many lanes do you think that opens up in the rushing attack?
I think it has potential to open up a lot. I'm excited to see it too. You know, I think sometimes
You're like a spectator, you can't wait to see it happen.
As a professional athlete, like, you're so keyed in and locked in on what you're doing, but don't be silly to think that we're not watching our own team too. So I'm excited to watch them two together and the rest of the team grow. I've seen a lot of growth from the tight end room, the offensive line room, adding depth in the backfield too. So we should be a complete team and hold each other at a higher standard this year.
The Giants have been a franchise that is known for integrity. I want to talk a little bit about Deflategate here and the New England Patriots, because it seems like that's a franchise. Okay, well then, I don't need to educate you on that. All right, we don't need to give a rundown on that whole story. But does it anger you when some teams try to circumvent the rules to give themselves that edge?
Nah, I wouldn't use the word anger. I would reserve that for something more important. But it just raises an eyebrow, you know, because, you know, a lot of men work really hard in this game across the board. And I know a lot of guys on the Patriots that worked extremely hard. And for those guys, as a unit, to be questioned, did they win the Super Bowl? I feel the frustration for them off of a simple couple decisions. So it's frustrated in that manner, not angry as y'all shouldn't have done that, because we already know if we don't, I don't know personally who did what.
Right.
But off perception, you know, it's just disheartening.
Rashad, Jennings, I wanted to say, Shad,
Yeah.
I want to say thanks for coming in. Congrats on all your success, and best of luck to you this July. People can go to your website to find out more about how to register for Camp 180. Shad,
Gotcha.
thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it.